So with the release of the Netflix One Piece live action trailer, there has been a lot of discussions with regards to how this trailer looks. And although the overall comments have been favorable, there has been some scenes in this trailer that has stirred debate. And one of the big ones is the representation of Shanks. Now for the fans out there, of course, the majority of them feel that Shanks is one of the most important characters in this entire series. He is a Giga Chad amongst Giga Chads, and so his proper representation becomes very important. And so there has been a lot of debate with regards to whether this character is being well represented in the live action trailer. And to be honest, for me, I also felt the same way when I first saw this image, and so I decided to take a look at who this actor is. And the actor turns out to be a gentleman named Peter Gadio. And looking at his images, I find that he actually would play a pretty good Shanks, at least from his physical features. He seems to look a lot like Tom Hiddleston as well as Colin Farrell. And so I feel that he should be able to represent Shanks well. And so why does his image look so questionable in the trailer? And this is especially the case when one compares it to the person representing Hawkeye Mihawk, who looks exactly like Hawkeye Mihawk, in my opinion. And so why is Netflix kind of representing Shanks in this manner, especially for a trailer that's supposed to draw in the crowds, right? But to be honest, for us fans, the image that we have of Shanks is this one, right? The one that is the latest and greatest of Shanks. And from that perspective, when we compare this image to, of course, this image in the trailer, then one can understand why there may be a lot of debate going on. However, this isn't the Shanks that started out in East Blue, right? In East Blue, this was the Shanks that started out. And to be honest, when you compare this Shanks with the image in the trailer, it looks a lot closer. And so when I started thinking about it, one possibility was that this was one bad image in the character who's playing Shanks. Or maybe they actually did it on purpose. And if they did it on purpose, maybe this is actually good because they are being faithful to the lore. One of the things that we enjoyed throughout this entire following of the story is the gradual reveal of various things that happen in the story. And one of the key enjoyable points of the story was the slow reveal of Red Hair Shanks. In the beginning, we knew that he was a good guy, considering what he sacrificed to save Luffy, but we didn't understand just how important he was. And it was actually when he met with Hawkeye Mihawk during the series, after Luffy finally got his first bounty, that we started thinking, well, maybe Shanks is more important than he looks because, well, if he's hanging out with Hawkeye Mihawk, maybe he's somewhat important. Yeah, somewhat important. But as we kept on going, we realized that Shanks, of course, becomes one of the most important and most powerful characters in this entire series. And of course, the recent images of Shanks represents that importance. But if we brought that Shanks into the very beginning of East Blue, then it kind of ruins that entire feeling because then the people will get this idea that, yeah, Shanks may be seriously OP. And so maybe to tone this entire thing down, just like they did in the manga, just like they did in the anime, they're bringing out a Shanks who is a lot more free-spirited and easygoing. Of course, Shanks has always been that way, but basically representing only that side of his character. And it will only be later as the series continues, even in this live-action version, that they will slowly reveal just how important a character Shanks is. And if that's the case, then I think they did a good job. Now, I don't know if that's really the case, and maybe this is still a bad shot. But now, after looking at who is representing Shanks, I think the question with regards to whether he's going to be well represented is much better understood. And I think if Netflix does it right, they will actually do a very successful representation of Shanks and his slow reveal the way they did in both the manga and the anime. So I'm kind of hopeful with regards to how this moves along. I don't know. What do you think? When you recall how Shanks was like and you see this image of Shanks, especially when compared to Mihawk, does that give you nostalgic feelings of how Shanks was being represented in East Blue? If you could leave your comments in the comments section below, I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, that's all the questions I had with regards to this particular point. So thank you very much for watching this video, and until the next one, happy anime watching, happy manga reading, and happy anticipation of the live action trailer. And as always, Jaya, nice day everyone.